Hello darling, let me remind you that affordable does not mean it's not luxury. Let's unbox my new Strathberry bag.
It's literally so good. Like,
Do you know that feeling you have when you save up for that new Coach Tabby bag, or you know that new Marc Jacob drop that just came out, and for a moment you feel like that girl? But here's a question: are you really buying into luxury or just really good marketing? And today we're going to be breaking down how mid-tier brands use high-end marketing and whether affordable luxury is just a scam with better lighting and branding. If you've ever debated dropping money on a status bag, I know I've been there. Stay tuned. And if you own one of these brands, trust me, this is not a call out. I'm not trying to call you out right now. We're just trying to have a conversation. But make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Let's get into it. So let's talk about what luxury actually means. For decades, or maybe hundreds of years at this point, because a lot of these brands have been around since the 1800s, early 1900s, right? Luxury always meant three different things. Exclusivity, aka not everybody can get it. That is very huge, and we'll see how that plays out now. Craftsmanship, handmade, high quality things, which again, we're seeing differences in that. And heritage, like I just said, time. Proven over time that you've been able to do these things over and over again. Centuries of being known for doing this one thing or doing these multiple things very well. So think your Hermes, Chanel, Louis Vuitton, all these Loewe's, Bottegas. You see a lot of these brands, and they're popular because they've been around for a long time. Now, do I think there are other factors that play into that? Of course, but they have been around for a while. But then obviously the fashion industry and obviously people in general, who's buying a $5,000, $10,000 Chanel bag that's gonna break down tomorrow in this economy? Who's doing that? And obviously we all want to have those luxury moments. I actually talked about this in my micro luxury video, which is just buying luxury at your own price point pretty much. We've also now seen that crossover to brands and bags and goods when it comes to quality of things that we're getting, quality of retail now, right? So we have brands like Coach, Tory Burch, Reformation, Ganni, Cost, right? All of these brands are affordable luxury, or maybe not even mid-luxury brands. They're technically affordable luxury. And they present themselves or position themselves as a gateway to designer and luxury goods and that luxury lifestyle. They give you the high-end aesthetic and ideally high-end quality at a price point that feels justifiable to you, and it feels like it won't bankrupt you. Are they really luxury or just a luxury adjacent? Now, I do feel like a couple of mid-brand tiers are doing this really well. I would even say some lower brand tiers like Uniqlo has been very good at actually getting this done, where they're presenting good quality pieces at a good price. There's a lot of brands that do that. I'm hoping to do that because the goal is to have quality product that is affordable to people. Everybody down the chain of production gets paid a good price or equitable price. And this is something that isn't backbreaking. It will not bankrupt you. I think that is the goal, right? So a lot of mid-tier brands, like I just mentioned, Cost, Reformation, Ganni. Now, mid-tier brands like Frankie Shop, for example, Brooks Brothers. Now, I love me some Brooks Brothers. I've actually done a review on the bag. I love it myself. But we're getting these mid-tier brands, and I think we're getting premium product, at least not everywhere, right? It's not uniform across the board. You still have to look at the breakdown. And maybe that's where we are seeing a breakdown, because we're now getting some of this infiltration of over plastic polyester products and things that don't necessarily need to be polyester. Some things could be polyester, workout gears, things like that. But everything is polyester? No, I don't think so. So if we're not getting the same level of quality in some of these anymore, yeah, the mid-tier even starts to break down, right? And there's strategic pricing psychology behind it. The $400 bag is way more affordable from Coach than a $4,000 bag from Loewe. Simple math. 400, 4,000, and one is more likely to feel less pressure of, wearing it out and things like that, because again, price point. Can we be honest? That bag in reality still probably made like $50, maybe $100 to make, and there's still quite a bit of markup. Now it's better than maybe the huge high luxury brands that are charging 1,000% markup, right? Compared to maybe 100% markup or 200%. We'll get into that later. So they use, obviously, so another strategy is using hype, collabs. I talked about the collabs thing being heavy now. A lot of things now are collab based. So quick drops, quick collabs. You can quickly get this new, coach and this company collab and the Coach Basquiat collab and the Ganni New Balance collab. You're getting these little collabs across the board. Like I mentioned in my other video, Jonathan Anderson and the Uniqlo collab. Quick releases, quick drops, you get it at a limited time. And those are ways that are strategic to obviously garner interest in these brands. And of course, scarcity makes something feels desirable. Let's be real. It's a psychology that works because it's a psychology that works. If you can't get something, you want it more. It still works. And that's still something that is being used. Influencer and celebrity placement will always be in. Where sales need to be made, someone has to sell it. You may say, oh, no one is shopping it, but it's been bought, so someone is still going to buy it, and therefore there will always be either a celebrity or an influencer showing you something. Before that, it used to maybe be like HSN Home Shopping Network or like QVC or something. Something will always be there to fill that gap between, in my opinion, celebrity and the people. People want someone relatable, so we'll find those gaps in there. And let's be real. It works, okay? Let's follow the money though. Or most of these affordable luxury brands aren't independent, okay? They're owned by massive corporation. I talk about the, monopoly, oligarchy, all this type of terms because we may be seeing some of that, right? They're owned by massive corporations. So these are focused on scaling. They're not focused on the craftsmanship or the people who are working on the line and making the belts and the bags and the shoes. They're focused on expansion and profit. So Coach, Kate Spade, Stuart Weitzman, I told you, remember in my other video I talked about this? Owned by Tapestry. Tapestry recently acquired Capri Holdings. Now they're a bigger entity competing in the US, relevant or almost, I would say, competing edge to edge with Loewe and the LVMH house over in Europe. Now, Tory Burch is private, but expanding quickly. Their goal, maximize profit and minimize costs. So this is why a Coach bag may be made in the same factory as, or down the street, or down the block as a Loewe bag, for example. Similar places. The difference, branding, the difference, the prestige that may come behind it. But let's be real, are these brands really good quality? Yes, of course, some of them are. Actually, I would say a lot are doing really well in it. There are some that falter, and again, we are now seeing maybe not some after all, because there's the proliferation of polyester has changed the game in my opinion. So we're seeing a lot of brands fall down that trap. But yes, Coach still has solid good bags. Staud and Ganni still have great aesthetics and good basics, right? I would even say, again, I say this all the time, mid-tier, low-tier, whatever tier, right? The goal is, look at the breakdown and composition of the material, and it should be natural fiber. It should be something that's going to be good to your body, to your skin, regardless of the price point. Now, of course, maybe from a bigger company like Ganni, you would expect higher fabric, higher quality, more GSM, grams per square meter, making it heavier than maybe somewhere like H&M. But that's not necessarily guaranteed, and we're not sure, right? The best you can do at the very first point is just look at the breakdown of the clothes. It will tell you what's happening with it. Typically, it will tell you the weight of the clothes too. That will give an indicator as to how heavy the material is. But in general, you should be able to see those things because that will guide you regardless of what company, brand, whatever it may be. Because we talked about this many times. So my thing is, do not pay more for the name than you would for the material. And especially if most of these things now, we've seen the resale market actually plummet because it's literally just infiltrated with fast fashion. And so at this point, what's really worth it and what's the quality? And even when you try to resell a good bag on like Real or something, they offer you such a low price point that it's like, is it worth it? I might as well just keep it. So we're getting to that point as well with resale sites. Yeah, where's the value in that, right? I think Gen Z millennials are really starting to see a lot of the marketing ploys and see through it. And I literally am just like, don't be deceived by the name. Just go for the materials. It's the materials, because the name, it used to mean something but doesn't necessarily mean anything. There are some brands that I more than likely will go to. I've talked about this myself. I'm more than likely to go to Mango, for example, because I know that for the most part, things I've gotten there have been good. I'm more than likely to go to Levi's because I know more than likely things have been good. Are there hit or misses in some of these places? Yes, but for the most part, I know I can get a good consistency across the board. But I think really asking yourself, am I falling for a trendy thing? Or is this something that I'm actually going to use in my closet? I think that's really one of the biggest keys anyway, to not fall into all these affordable mid-tier, all the branding, marketing, in my opinion. Am I paying for the quality, or just because, you know, the trending brand this month, right? The trendy brand this month is COS. Do I really need to spend this much to look chic? More than likely not. You could get a secondhand, ideally, hopefully good secondhand, right? Not just fast fashion secondhand. Because for me, luxury is not about the price, it's longevity. Actually, I think that's really what luxury should be buying you anyway, right? Longevity in the clothes, in the pieces of things that you buy, so you don't have to buy more of it. That is luxury. So is affordable luxury a lie? Kind of a well-constructed lie, kind of. Just because we didn't need another tier. We didn't need another mid-tier. We didn't need another affordable this, affordable luxury, this, that, the other. Good quality is good quality. If I'm gonna sell a shirt, it's just a good quality t-shirt. I'm not gonna say it's affordable quality t-shirt just to brand it, I guess. Why? It's a good t-shirt. It will last you for a long time. Quality is quality. I guess these buzzwords and trigger words make people want to buy, I guess, because again, part of the marketing and branding that we talked about. But just know, don't buy into the marketing. Try not to buy into the marketing. Try to buy into the quality, into the composition and breakdown of the clothes. But I want to hear from you. Are you into any affordable luxury brands? And are there some that you actually feel are worth it? Like I said, there are some that I've shopped that are worth it. But I've also shopped at like H&M and been great quality, and I've used it for years. And then shopped at, of course, Mango. And then shopped at Louis Vuitton, this and that. And all these other brands that I've shopped at, I shopped quite a lot, right? So I can tell you, sometimes it's just looking at the breakdown. A lot of times it is actually. Drop your thoughts in your comments and let me know. And until next time, bye.